Hey everyone, this is Clay Entertainment's Invisible Ink, and I am Sean Cargill, or Lokai on Reddit. I used to do these sort of videos for gaming websites back in the day, but I haven't done it in a while, so I'm just going to go through a single level of the game, show off some stuff, talk about things, be a jerk. We'll see. Right now we're looking at the character upgrade screen, which comes up anytime after you finish a mission or in between missions on the world map. You can go to it and look at it. We have stealth, hacking, and inventory and anarchy for each character, which are basically their attributes they can level up. Except for inventory, it's just straight up slots in their inventory. Anarchy has to do with stealing from guards and getting money from them. Stealth is how many action points you get for anything, whether it's movement or using action points on hacking or grabbing things or whatever. And the other one, hacking, is kind of harder to explain because it doesn't really do a lot other than affect the distance that you can hack objects, which we'll see in game. So it'll make more sense once we actually get into here. And this is one of the types of missions, and you can see what corporation it is right here, and they're giving a little brief intro to the mission. The other thing this screen also shows is what type of mission it is. So this one was just a go here and steal as much as you can type of mission, which a lot of them are that type. But there'll also be other ones to go rescue agents, which you can then add to your party, which can be up to 4 agents right now. And there is only 4 agents in the game right now, but they're going to add more. So later you'll have to like switch them out and choose which ones you want to use, and you can unlock them permanently to start with through the game's experience system, which happens at the, well, not at the end of the mission, it happens when you lose. When you lose, or I guess if you win, it shows you how much experience you're getting, and that goes towards like a general profile that unlocks things. If that makes sense. And right now the agents, I've been moving them around the mission. This is the very beginning. You always start in an elevator type of thing, like that. And usually in this type of room that leads out to a bunch of different doors, but it could be a lot smaller than this. You can see little movement paths for guards that they're hearing. That's what those little yellow lines are on the ground. And peeking is by far one of the most useful things. You can peek through doors slightly when they're closed, and if you open them you can see much farther, and you can also peek through that as well. And she just used a melee attack on that guard to knock him out. You can knock out most of the guards with melee, but there are certain ones later that will be like elite kind of guards you can't do anything about other than shoot them or kill them, unless you have a very special type of melee attack, like shock traps, which also knock people out and are non-lethal, but you attach them to doors and different stuff. And you can hack anything that you can see as long as you've spotted it, and as long as you have enough power. The power is in the top left up there, which I'll try to point out later when that's actually opened up. And it goes into a whole different overlay that shows you all of the hackable objects that you can see. And she is dragging around that knocked out person, because as long as you're dragging them, or actually looking for that camera, as long as you're dragging them or standing on them, their KO meter stays, it doesn't move. So it's really useful sometimes to have someone just sit on someone and keep them knocked out if you're trying to move other people through a room, or if you know they're in somewhere that you're going to have to go through. Because once they get back up after being knocked out, they kind of run around in alarm state for a while, searching a lot of things. And I don't know if they ever calm back down to an unaware state, like this guy is right here. But yeah, and that's the hacking interface right there. Doesn't look a whole lot different. Sorry for that cut. I had left Steam on, which is a mistake, and things started popping up right there a lot. Notifications, all that fun stuff. So he was using basically an overwatch. It's like a melee overwatch to knock him out. So as soon as he came near him and could hit him, he grabbed him with that and knocked him out with the taser. And everyone has a taser, so everyone has that basic melee attack. So like I said, it doesn't work on everyone. And some of the things around the room that I haven't really talked about that they're going for, mainly they're going for the safe, which is what she's heading for over there. Safes will give you money or items, or both, and items are pretty damn useful, depending on what they are. Then again, I don't think I've seen any kind of useless ones yet, except for maybe ammo for guns when you don't have a gun. but even that's pretty expensive, not too common. But there are a lot of hackable objects. You can hack cameras to see through them, and then it makes them safe. And if you're spotted by a camera, it moves up your alarm level by 1, which is in the top right over there. And I haven't talked about that at all yet. So when your alarm level gets to full, like that one is, and it's about to go to level 2, like we're going to see right now. Oh shit, it just went to level 1. Forget it. When it goes to the next level, which I guess it had already just done, it does something depending on what the level is. And it's the same thing every time, it's not randomized. Each level, you can count on the same, each level doing the same thing each time, each mission. And while each level is different fundamentally, it's a different corporation or whatever, the alarm system's the same. I don't know if they're going to change that later. It seems like something they might change to make it specific per corporation. But right now, when it gets to level 1, I believe it makes each hackable object slightly harder to hack. And level 2 will bring in 1 extra guard, a normal guard. I'm not sure for 3. One of them brings in a enforcer, which is like a buffed up guard with a better gun, better than a pistol. And I'm not really sure why they would need a better gun at the moment. I think there's shields you can get. There was in earlier versions of the game, so that might help with that kind of thing. You do need armor-piercing rounds and different kind of stuff like that to fight different enemies, because some of them will be heavily armored and completely immune to being tased. What she sees right now is why she's hiding there and waiting, is that a guard is going to come right next to that safe. She has figured out the pathing of him and heard him and heard that he's coming, so she's just waiting around the corner to do the melee attack. He's hacking a console, which gets him more power. Upper left, 12 out of 20. And you can see those are the 2 things that you could see for a second. There's 2 things that you could do with power. And one of them was just a power per turn that automatically gives 1 power per turn. You choose these at the beginning of the game. You can unlock more of them. And the other one is just your normal hack. But there are different things you can get for that. There's like a parasite one where you can infect. I think it's either machines or people, I'm not sure. And it generates power for that. But yeah, it's all different. And it actually had knocked that guy out and done the Overwatch thing, but didn't cut to her, which is kind of weird because it usually does. And she can see the line of sight of something red, so something bad, in that room. So she's trying to figure out what that is, and he's sneaking up to the last safe here, last CPU. And at any time during the mission, if you're trying to steal items or whatever, when you open up your inventory, you can expand your inventory for money, which is the same that you can do in between missions. You can't mess with any other stats. I mean, if you want to call inventory a stat or a attribute, and it's not. But you can do it at the same time that you normally upgrade the rest of them, like hacking and all that stuff, anarchy. So she can use peeking to look around the corner to try to see exactly what that is. She spotted the camera. And the camera is one of the things that turned on. Initially all the cameras aren't turned on, but once it gets to one of the alarm levels, it turns on additional cameras. I'm not sure if that was alarm level 2 or alarm level 1. And once again, he knows that guard is coming because he can hear them, so he's going to wait for him and knock him out. That guy also starts with something special, as does she. He starts with a cloaking device that he can use at any time, but it has a really long cooldown. It's like an 8-turn cooldown, but it makes him invisible for 1 turn. He can just go through, knock people out, and do whatever. It's very, very nice. I got 2 of them once, and it made my people pretty strong, but they still got killed. There's too many damn guards. Her special thing that she starts with. A lot of things are special that they start with, but they're not necessarily special to the character because other people can get them. Hers, however, is unique to her because it's on her bottom bar, as you can see there. It's not an item, while his is an item. It scans the area around her and any mainframes will pop up on the map, which is super nice because you can do that and maybe find like a camera mainframe and just see all the cameras immediately, and then you can immediately hack them, and it'll give you a good view of the whole level since you can see through all the cameras. And they are about to leave on the elevator. One thing I learned, my dismay, is that if you put one person on the elevator and tell them to leave, it takes a couple turns until the elevator comes back, so your other person is stuck there. Previously, you could do them each per turn, and it was okay. But yeah, there's the upgrade screen, giving her some more movement, gave him some hacking. There's more missions. Got 58 hours left until the end. Never got anywhere close to that. Closest I've got is about 40 hours remaining. That's when guards start getting crazy and you get places like that that are very guarded and special. But I hope you enjoyed this little quick look at this game that just came out on early access for $16, I think. It's going to be $20 later when it fully releases. And yeah, thank you for watching.